Me!
Scotty!
Oh, yeah,
Scotty!
Oh, that's so embarrassing. I got that wrong. So good to see you, mate.
Welcome
2
back,
weeks
bro.
off.
Welcome back.
We are back.
Jeez, I missed you.
You probably need to come a little bit this way.
No, I don't. Don't tell me how to live my life.
Oh,
I can just do that. Watch this. I can move the
look
camera.
at that.
I can hear
Jeez.
you, Muppet. Oi! Nicky!
Can you shut the curtain behind you? You didn't even set up the set
Welcome
properly.
back, Nick.
There's a gap. No, that side. Yeah.
Welcome back. Who cares about that? No one's
No,
looking at
no.
that.
It's the aesthetic.
Nick.
Pastor Lisa will yell at you
Oh,
again.
No, she's not.
Oh,
She
no.
Listen to
will.
me,
I don't know if it's
Nick.
gonna stay
Well,
open.
hey, welcome back. We've got a great show planned for tonight.
Yeah.
This isn't my part. This is your part, Scott.
I know. I mean, for those of you who have chosen us over The Bachelor in Paradise, it will be good to see you in heaven.
What in what?
Let's go through what's coming up.
This is a little bit like The Bachelor, except all of us are not bachelors.
Yeah, wow. Jeez, you've made a good point there,
Yeah.
haven't you? You've made a really good point.
So this is a little bit. What's the opposite of Bachelor?
Well, I suppose
Convicted.
Is this show? We could call this show Taken
taken.
because we're all taken.
You got to do the Liam Neeson.
Taken.
like
Do the Liam
hostage.
Neeson.
like a hostage in a Liam Neeson movie.
So all of us are like we've been kidnapped by our amazing wives.
Amazing.
Can I?
And it's like we are being trafficked.
Well, Scott
because
hasn't
we're
yet.
no longer in control of our
Well,
destinies. We really are
You know what?
Taken.
You know what? And this is what I want to know. Before we get into what's coming up on tonight's show, what are your text messages with your wives like now in comparison to where they were like pre-marriage
Right.
or first couple of months of marriage?
95% business. 95% of the time now, it's like, do this for me, do that for me, etc.
That's from Lisa. You wouldn't ask your wife to do things for
No.
you, surely.
Pick this up, pick the kids up. Hey, can you
Yeah.
get this thing done, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And then 5% of just pure romance, just unadulterated, just absolute
what does-
gorgeous
I think we've only got a PG
romance.
rating on this show.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
does that
the
mean?
messages. I mean, she's telling me how beautiful I am. I'm
Your
telling
kids
her how
are watching this
beautiful
show,
she
Pastor.
is. I mean, it
Yeah.
is hot and heavy messaging for 5% of the time, and 95% of the time it's all
Nick?
business. 4 kids don't happen by accident, y'all.
Well, there you go. Write that down. Write that down in your
Text
journal
messages
tonight.
lead to 4 kids. So 5G's not the enemy. Those fat thumbs are.
What about you? Where's your text messages at compared to 5 years ago?
Look, they're pretty. I reckon 80% would be a yes or a no from
Wow.
me. It's
Really?
it's pretty simple. Often Helen likes to chip in and ask if certain chores have been done, which the answer is always yes. And then the next 20 minutes before she gets home is me doing those chores. So
Yeah. I understand.
90% of text message conversations are in that 20 minutes before she gets home.
Well, others are watching, Bachelor in Paradise.
Never
We
heard of
are taken at Nick's house, is
Yeah.
what we are.
Yeah,
Taken.
Tonight's
hostages.
show, we are gonna have.
Why are you moving on? I thought like that was a good.
That was
That
good.
was a good
That was
renaming
good
of our
chat.
show right
Taken.
there.
It's good. I mean, it's okay. We could rename it. We could rename it to the Taken
The
Show.
Taken. ScoMo Taken.
Speaking of being taken, we are getting back into wedding planning tonight.
Yes.
Tonight, we need to make up the bridal parties. We need a celebrant to marry us.
Done.
Yeah.
That's going to be terrifying. We'll chat about that a little bit later on in tonight's show. Plus, we've gone through and we've talked about our engagement stories.
Yeah.
We've talked about our romantic stories, but one member of the show has not.
I know,
yet.
but before we get there, before you even say that, I think, by the way, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later.
Yeah.
I mean, this wedding planning might be a lot more serious than what we thought. I mean, with everything that's changing right now. I mean, with everything that's changing, we could be planning something really significant, if you know what I'm saying.
Talk about it later. It's all fun and games. It's all fun and games.
It's all fun and games until someone can't actually get married.
Well,
Is
no,
what it is.
It's
Or
all-
you lose a limb
no,
on a bucks
it's-
party.
It's actually stopped being fun and games. It
Yeah.
stopped being fun and games when we learned that the people of Victoria have a really hard time staying away from each other.
Let's not blame. It's not just Victoria, though. I mean,
Mainly Victoria.
Oh, I
though,
think it's
isn't it?
mainly Victoria.
It's not just Victoria.
There's
They're
an
just-
outbreak in Sydney and they found out where it came from today. Victoria. So,
Okay.
Anyway,
All right.
The other thing which we're going to chat about around about 10 minutes, something that Simeon and I learnt we have in common.
Oh
over
yeah,
the break.
which is weird. I didn't actually expect you to have this in
Yeah.
common with me, but your character or lack thereof. I actually thought that you and I would differ on this, but we are going to get there.
I'll be interested to see where Nick is, but we're also going to bring your wife Lisa in as well
to
talk about this issue that I think is going to be, a real pain point in my marriage. And I know it's a pain point in your marriage. So you don't have to
Don't talk about my marriage like that.
I know it's a pain point.
Don't talk about my marriage.
I know
Don't try and get into my marriage like that. There you are, my beautiful wife. Let's talk about our
Lisa, how accurate is the text message conversation from before? Is there any hot and heaviness in those text messages?
Oh, yeah, there is. You know there is, baby.
It's so embarrassing, Simon. Truly. You know
that wasn't a denial, was it?
Show too, right?
Hey?
You know that my family watch this show too, right?
Hey,
Lisa's
you know
family.
what, Lisa?
Your family know you have 4 kids, so I don't think there's anything left to the imagination.
It's your fault for being so beautiful. Look at you. How am I going to resist that?
Oh, my gosh.
Beautiful.
Wow. All right.
Oh.
Wow.
All right, let's talk holidays.
Move on. Move on. Don't know where to go from here.
Yes.
I'm going to hit the laughter button for awkward laughter to play us out. Awkward laughter, and next segment,
soon,
go.
babe.
Hey, we've been away 2 weeks. I know a lot of people have had breaks with their families. They have gone away, and I know that. What
did you boys get up to on the holidays?
Heaps. Like, you know my life.
Heaps.
My life moves.
So obviously you work still, so it wasn't a complete holiday. But I look at your life without kids, both of you, and think to myself, you're pretty much on a 24/7 holiday anyway.
It's true. It's true.
Life without kids seems like, from this side of the prisons, it seems like it's pretty darn good. So what did you boys get up to?
I mean,
I need to live vicariously through you and dream.
I'm not gonna dip into it, but I'm gonna say that Nick missed the show a little bit more than me, because I got sent this video of Nick while we were on holidays. You decide
which button? I don't know which button. Is it this one? No. It's got to be one of these buttons. Same one again. No. I don't know.
Nick tries to practice for the show when we're on holiday.
I'm doing well tonight, though. I haven't made any mistakes yet.
Yeah, but it's still early. Nick.
So maybe that
not true, actually. Not true. Who had to remove Lisa from the show before? Because you didn't.
Yeah.
Because don't come at me and tell me you haven't made any mistakes when you clearly have made mistakes.
Yeah. I just think it's embarrassing that as we go through these exciting holiday times, Nick's thinking about the show and trying to work out how to press the buttons.
How was your holiday, Scott? What did you get up to, mate?
It was huge, actually. We did so much.
You get some wedding planning done for your...
Got heaps of wedding planning.
Well, you didn't need to, because we're doing that tonight.
Went for a walk through, went for a big, massive hike together. I've been spending a lot of time out at the beach. Like, it's
Actually, before you do continue, it's funny you mentioned the video that Nick sent, because I actually got sent a video as well.
Doubt it.
Simmer! Good joke, Simo. Good one, Simo. Did you hear about the woman who lost her left arm? She's all right now. He's gonna love that.
That is beyond pathetic. Sad trombone sound in the background as we enter into this. I can see Kim in the background. She's just so petrified of marrying someone with jokes that poor.
Amazing. Hey, that is fantastic. At least you
what
guys...
Did you get up to?
No, you guys rehearsed. Well, you know me. I'm a family guy, so it was all about the family games. Actually, it does lead me to ask you. I spent a lot of time with family. We did go down to New South Wales, across the border.
Hey, how was that?
Wow.
Did you get caught in traffic on the way back or anything?
I sure did. 40 minutes of sitting in traffic was an absolute nightmare.
Did you have your G piece of paper?
Yeah, I had that. We had, so it's one per
What does
person in
G
the car.
stand for?
So, gangster. And so I had six pieces of paper across the front of the car. The whole dashboard was gone. Mate, what do people in a coach do? Do they have to have a G on every single window? Yeah, exactly.
The whole window's taken over.
Exactly.
What did a $24,000 fine?
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you and the girls get up to? Because they're on school holidays.
Yeah, they're on school holidays, mate. Well, obviously I was still doing stuff and still working, whatever. But whenever I got an opportunity, one of our favourite things to do is games, board games. But I did want to ask you boys, because I want to know, I am unbelievably competitive. Doesn't matter what it is, including board games, sometimes to my detriment. Are you competitive? Are you guys competitive?
Wait, what do you mean sometimes to your detriment?
Well, we can get to that in a minute. I just want to know if you're like.
I
I look at you, Scott. I look at you, Scott, and I think to myself,
we'll get back to the competitiveness. Is Anaya here?
Yeah, let's see if Anaya's
Have we
here.
had Anaya Hoffman around? No, that's
Kim.
That was Kim.
Oh my gosh.
They're both wearing similar coloured jumpers.
You
Leave
are
me
so
alone.
racist. It's unbelievable. Not all brown people
There's like
look the same. I'm
Stop it.
sorry.
I'll see myself out.
actually, Anaya, I just wanted to bring you in and ask how the board games were over your school holidays.
Oh, well, good. Hey, we enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, board games are really, really fun, and it's great up until Dad makes Charlotte cry. But like, besides from that, it's really, really good. Like, we have a lot of fun times bonding with each other.
When you say I make Shiloh cry, I don't make Shiloh cry. Shiloh makes herself cry by not being able to keep up with the level of competition that I set in those games. I'm actually just not that dad who takes it easy on my kids.
Shiloh's by far the toughest of all four of your daughters, so the fact that she cried, that blows me away, really.
Answer honestly, do I let you guys win? Is that a thing that I do?
Yes, he does.
Okay, so when I'm not letting you win, so otherwise if I don't, you'll all cry. But how competitive do I get in games?
Yell. I don't get mad. I don't cry.
You get mad, hey?
Yeah, I get really mad.
So why did Shiloh cry?
I can't actually remember. It was something in Exploding Kittens or something.
No, there was Exploding Kittens that she cried in, but remember she cried in Monopoly Deal as well?
Oh my gosh. So she's
cried multiple times. No, multiple times.
In games, she gets into it, and then with Dad doesn't go for 1 second. Or he'll just play normally instead of like taking it easy on her, and then she'll start crying. She'll like pull her eyes out. She's like, I want to play.
I know. But see, Naya's a bit older now, so she's more hardened. She's been through that pain of losing on multiple occasions, and she's become hardened. Hey, Anaya.
I've beat you so many times at games.
Yeah. You beat me so many times. What? I'll smash you. Let's play right now. Bring it on. I beat you all the time. It's like a family celebration if somebody wins in our house. You're joking.
Look, I've got something to add in here, and I caught up, had a coffee with your dad the other day, and we played chess.
Hang on a minute. Wait, sorry. No, let's change the subject.
We played chess. We played 3 games of chess, and he still hadn't won, so he skipped a family appointment to try and play me a 4th time, and he lost then too.
Not true. Can I just say?
Wait, hold on.
Tell us about Dad. Thanks, Uncle Nick.
No, that's not true.
No, they can still hear us.
You're in such trouble.
So sorry, was that what did you just say then, Lisa?
I said he's in trouble. He's a savage.
No, it's actually not true. Anyway, it's a filthy, rotten lie, is what it is. And trust me, I'm the sort of person that if I don't let people win in games, then they stop playing, and then I get really bored. And so I was mortified that Nick would even get close to beating me. I mean, it's a great shame if Nick beats you at chess because, trust me, he's an ordinary player. Anyway, are you guys competitive? Am I the only one who's competitive?
Appreciate it.
Would you play a game to the point where you make your own children cry? And does that make me a bad person?
No, I don't think so. Like, I don't have children, but you can see the couch right here, and Helen slept there more than once because I've beaten her at a board game, and she's
100%.
That's it.
Now, Scott, you don't seem to me to be the competitive type because you don't finish anything you start, and I look at you and go, this bloke's not competitive.
I'm competitive on things that I like, things that in my brain are deemed important.
Oh, snore. That means you're not competitive.
I'm extraordinarily competitive. But say I'm in a room like this. So say we sat down and played a board game.
You wouldn't care if you got beaten.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, well.
You know you're going to lose.
It'd be like, oh, well, it's Nick and Simeon, who cares? Whereas if it was people of, people of note, of profile.
I just
like
want to know.
Lisa, for example. If I was versing Lisa and Anaya in a game, I'd care about the outcome of it.
Yeah, whatever. All I want to know is, does it make me a bad dad that I beat my children to the point where they cry?
Well, see, this is where the question is, right? And I was almost going to throw this question at Anaya. The real question is, do you think that Anaya is as tough as she is today because it was not that long ago that she was 9-year-old Shiloh crying?
100%. 100%. In fact, she's so tough now that if I let her win, she gets more angry about me letting her win than if I actually get.
I didn't cry in games.
Yes, righto, mate. 100% you cried in game. 100% you did. Sorry, I can't hear you anymore. We're in control of this bad boy.
Wow. All right.
Another thing that we're winning. Another thing that I'm winning.
Wow.
You
can have your own show one day, and I have faith in you.
There's one thing that I think
Nick and
every time I see Simeon and I talking, and I'm sure that everyone in the church feels the same way as this. I know you don't want to think about this day, but there is a day that she will meet a boy, and I feel so sorry for him.
Oh, I'm even competitive about that. Don't even worry about it. Because remember, my rule when it comes to boyfriends in our family is very, very simple. There's only one rule. He has to be a better man than me. So the day that I meet him, I need to look him in the eye and go, so you think you're a better man than me? And he's got to be able to confidently say, yes, I do. And then he has to prove it.
I don't know if your 4 daughters want a life of solitude, to be honest, but that's a good standard to aim for.
So basically what you've said is there's not many blokes out there better than me. Thank you, Nick. I'll take that. I accept.
Definitely not many more confident than you. All right, let's move on. Let's move. Let's keep moving. Another conversation.
Families. By the way, speaking of families, relationship issues that come up often. All right, so Nick and I are probably well suited to be able to answer some of the things that you find very often in marriages or in relationships that just go wrong. One of those is just around the little things, right? Nick, do you pick up your clothes? Are you one of those people?
I don't think Helen's watching right now, so yes, I pick up my clothes.
You're such a liar, bro. She's already told us that you're terrible with that stuff, that you literally never do your own laundry.
It's biting me back now because neither is she, and we're both living in an absolute pigsty. Anyway.
To give people a bit of context, those videos we shot a little bit earlier of what Nick and I did on our holidays, when I said to Simo, come and film this with me, and we headed towards the bathroom. Nick trotted along behind and was like, hold on, I'm going to need to clean it up.
They weren't my clothes in there, were they?
Right, so Lisa and I are very different in our level of organisation. So even when we travelled, right, so when we went to New Zealand, we spent 10 days in New Zealand.
Hey, hold on, before you continue, are you going to be allowed home at the end of this story?
100%.
All right,
this is absolute truth, and I've told this story many times.
I didn't ask about the truth
Lisa
bit.
And
I said, you're going to be allowed.
Lisa and I actually had to take separate bags because of how differently we actually travel. So my clothes are all folded, they're all neat, everything's organised. Lisa's is just a ball of mess, right? That's the way she organises, so that's the way she packs.
Because that's a nickname for you, a ball of mess. Anyway,
a ball of mess. We get to our hotel room, and I'll pull out my clothes because we had early flights and stuff. We were traveling around a fair bit. I'd pull out my clothes for the next day so that I could get that extra 10 minutes of sleep. I'm organised. I'm ready to go, right? I'd have everything. I'd have everything set and scheduled and ready. Lisa would be like, nope, don't care. I don't really care. And then we'd be running 30 minutes late, stressing out of our brains.
You guys wouldn't stress on a holiday?
Oh, my
gosh. It's a holiday. It's relaxing.
Man. Anyway, so I'm like
Lisa,
super organised, and Lisa is super unorganised, which is weird because she's way more the administrator in our family.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, but it leads me to talk about the dishwashing.
Well, because
we're brothers.
You and
we're
I are different.
Brothers.
We're different on the organisational front.
I know you're an absolute mess. You're a disaster. Look at your life.
Bloomin' heck, when we get to the dishwasher situation,
goodness.
I cannot believe that there are people that do 2 things. I want to go over 2 things. Firstly, people who are like, oh, let me just see how much I can shove in there, despite the fact it's not going to clean.
You disgust me.
And then they say things like, oh, the dishwasher's not that good at cleaning, so I have to clean it all off before I put it in, number 1. Number 2, people who put things into dishwashers that lose their effectiveness when they're put in there, i.e. knives. People who think sharp blades can go into dishwashers.
They're dead. As soon as you put a sharp knife in, your knife is dead. No, you know what else annoys me? My wife does this. She double stacks dishes. So literally there'll be things, and then she'll just stack things on top of it and then stack things on top of that.
What's your pet peeve in a dishwasher stacking arrangement? What out of everything that triggers you?
The cutlery. The cutlery slide, like, so you know when you
got a slide one, not like a little carry tray.
One. Ours is a slide one. You slide it out. I have there's 4 corners. It's a rectangle. So teaspoons, big spoons, knives, forks. It's not hard. And then anything that needs to go can go down the middle and all go in between. My wife will literally just grab a handful of cutlery and throw them on top.
She wouldn't.
She's a disaster.
That's not the Lisa I know.
Well,
what are you like, Nick?
What are you? Yeah.
I'm much more methodical, and again, I don't believe Helen's watching. So
you're not. You're one of those disgusting people. You double stack.
No, not at all. I have been known to lose my temper in the morning when I go to unpack the dishwasher, and I find that bowls have not even been placed upside down.
Oh my God!
They fill with water.
You've got dirty dishwater. Yeah. Is this a battle of the sexes? Are all women like this, and this is a men versus
Hold
women
on,
thing?
let's deal with this. Lisa.
Yes. Sorry. Hey, Lisa.
Hello.
We're just talking about how effectively you stack the dishwasher and how much we love you.
I'm very effective because I get the most in there.
Yeah, but it doesn't get clean.
No. Anaya's like me, by the way. Anaya,
Well,
is Mum effective at stacking the dishwasher?
Yes.
Well, she doesn't do it neatly, and if you don't do it neatly, when it comes to the other end, it's just harder to take out.
It's a disaster, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then some things are dirty because it's not packed properly.
Well, then you wash it again.
No, but
Just-
that's
I love
not
you, Anaya.
effective, Lisa.
What have you done? So you're just going to leave it in the dishwasher for 4 cycles until it washes?
yeah.
No.
And with the coloring, if you separate it, instead of like having to pick the different coloring out and put it in, you could just grab a handful and put it in. It's so much
100%.
faster and so much easier.
Yeah. How much easier is living a life of neatness and organisation rather than the disaster that is your mother? I mean, I love her. I love her.
No, after the show, could you get a doona and a couple of pillows for that couch?
Hey, Anaya, can I ask you one more question? Just to strengthen my point of organisation. If you need to get to school on time,
Oh, here we go. Oh.
who do you ask to take you?
Why do
Real
you
talk.
ask you? Because you don't do anything else other than get yourself ready. I'm getting everyone else ready.
Sorry, let's remove her. Guys, remove her from the...
The only thing that you do is
Guys,
get
remove her from the... Guys?
yourself showered and make yourself your coffee.
Guys. What? Sorry, Lisa, it's breaking up. I think you've got a bad internet connection.
Taking over this show because it's just all rubbish coming out of your mouth.
Okay, well, actually, now that you've targeted me in this conversation, now that you've said it's all rubbish coming from us, I just like to point out
this is what happens.
This is another feature of the dishwasher.
That's
when
Lisa cleaning the dishes. That's Lisa cleaning the dishes. She's disgusting.
I told
Scotty.
No! You can't do that.
It's disgusting.
Was that? I hope that was a dirty dishwasher. Like, I hope that wasn't clean before you unstuck that, Anaya.
You yelled at the dog. You didn't take the photo of me yelling at the dog, did you?
No, but I would like to point out.
Not
I
to
would
take
like
that
to
photo.
point out that grey plate there, Lisa then served me dinner on.
Well, I don't really care, Scotty. I expect no less from you. And by the way, so we've got a comment that's come in here from Nadine, who is just made this incredible comment. Messy chefs make the best food, though. That is not true. You go to any kitchen anywhere in the world, and there's no one who's like, yeah, I'll make the best food because I'm a messy chef. No, they literally hire people to clean up after them because a clean chef makes the best food. You don't go to a restaurant and go, serve me some of your messy food out of your messy kitchen. In fact, if you walked into a messy kitchen, you'd walk right out of that restaurant. I appreciate your feedback and comments. Keep them coming.
This is derailed in a way that I don't think any of us thought it could.
Deanie, I appreciate your support.
All right. Bye, Lisa. Thanks for... I'll restack the dishwasher when I get home.
At what stage, as we start to move towards planning my wedding, at what stage in your marriage do you start just making risky public comments that you know are going to get you in trouble with your
minimum
spouse?
15 years. Minimum 15 years. So Nick still has to learn this because he's making those comments already and he's only been married for 5 years.
Yeah.
But I've signed that contract and now 15 years in, I know how good it gets. Now, speaking of signing the contract, we need to move on.
Before we get into this wedding plan thing, I have to be honest with you. Everyone knows I sit in a newsroom all day. It's not my job. It's just what I do. I'm a weirdo.
You're a creeper.
I sit in a
You're
newsroom.
actually literally a creeper.
I sit in a newsroom all day, and we watched Australia push through and have these amazing results during coronavirus, and we laughed at the rest of the world. We didn't actually laugh, but we said, wow, how lucky are we? And
is that what happens in the newsroom? You guys are watching the numbers around the rest of the world. Not. That's what you just said. You're sitting in there going, look at those idiots over there.
And then a little spark reignited in Victoria, and that spark has now become a forest fire. Our borders reopened just as New South Wales was getting the embers of that fire. I am so genuinely afraid that what has become, Kim, and my actual plan B for a wedding, after New York fell through, our actual plan B in September is now at risk. And my fear is that this joke wedding we're planning on the side is actually going to end up being the stupid wedding.
We're wasting time. Play the video, Nick, because it's time to do some wedding planning.
Oh, God.
This one.
Here comes your wedding planner. Here comes your wedding planner. I have the ideas that'll make your wedding great. Here comes your wedding planner. Here comes your wedding planner.
I assume Nick is not going to be in charge of playing the music at the wedding.
He's not going to be in charge of any button pressing at all. Kim, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hey, Kim, can I ask you a question right off the bat? How do you stack the dishwasher?
The correct way. Thank you very much.
Like this, I'll show you. This is Kim putting a glass in a dishwasher.
So, you're one of those filthies that we were referring to earlier.
No, I think there has to be balance. There needs to be neatness, but you also have to fit as much as you can. You can do both.
That's not how a dishwasher works.
You can do both.
No, you can't do both because it's made to have a limit. It's made to have a limit of how many things that it can fit in there and effectively wash.
But then those limits are made to be pushed, I reckon. Otherwise, how will we know what it's capable
limits
of?
Are not, they have been pushed. They pushed the limits in the testing phase, and that's why they set the limits for you.
Can I share a little?
I believe more in the dishwasher.
Can I share a little story from Kim in my life? Hey, don't put knives in the blades break a week later. Hey, this knive's in the dishwasher. Yeah, but that's not the knife you said last week. Okay, just knives in general.
True.
A week later, why is the potato peeler in the dishwasher? You never said the potato
knife.
Peeler. It's got a blade though. It's the potato peeler's got a blade.
Hey, Kim, I just want to recognise how prophetic I may actually be in the fact that we originally agree with Kimmy that
thank you, Tiana.
It is a man versus woman thing. I think.
It really is,
really
isn't it? Except Anaya. Anaya switched on to this.
Yeah. Okay, so Kim.
He's right.
Okay, so Kim, I do want to say I may be prophetic. I may actually be the most prophetic person in your life because I have accidentally turned myself into your official wedding planner here because the way things are going right now, A, I think the borders will be closed in September, and B, we might be in lockdown again by the time that September comes. And so we might be actually performing your real wedding.
Can I also add
Does that make you nervous?
Yeah. Not gonna lie, yes.
Can I just add to this as a side note? Both Simeon and I have privately in conversations raised that things may not work out as planned in September because of coronavirus. However, Simeon and I, up to probably only 2 months ago, kept saying the words, "Nah, we'll definitely be in New York. That's gonna be fun."
That's true. That is true.
That is accurate.
We thought that everything would be opened up and we'd all be back to normal by now. Which is very close to what things are
in New York. Yeah, totally.
But you know how your phone listens to you and hacks your information, and then people steal that information and sell it. I literally was on the phone to Scott the other day, and I said to him, "I feel like we haven't even really had our first wave here in Australia because the things over, most of our COVID cases previously were international arrivals. Anyway, lo and behold." Some expert comes out, a coronavirus expert, and writes an article for news.com, and Scott's in media saying exactly what I said, almost word for word. So I'm not saying that your husband's a traitor who sold my incredible ideas.
I didn't say your incredible idea. That article was written under one of my pseudonyms. I just took your word for word and wrote the whole thing.
Your beauty. Anyway, speaking of incredible ideas, let's get to your wedding planning. So,
Right.
are you feeling pretty comfortable with what we've got planned so far? So far, here's what we've got planned. I'm just going to remind you of how much work that I've put into this so far. So we've locked away your date.
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
What was the date again?
It's in September.
Oh, no.
I think it's
You've forgotten the date too.
No, I have not. It's the date is locked
Was
away.
it the 9th?
The 2nd of September.
Second.
2nd of September. No, it's
Yes.
not the 9th. That's a few days before your actual wedding. What do you think I am, stupid? All right, it's on the 2nd. Wait, what? I'm not the one who throws knives in the dishwasher and breaks them.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Yes, you did because he told you a week before. All right. All right. 2nd of September is your wedding date. All right, ScoMo wedding date. And the other thing that we wanted to talk about was what was I talking about before with you guys? So we set the date and the location. So location is, of course, Farmageddon.
Yes. Which I meant that as a joke, and now it is to be, apparently.
Oh, that's your location.
Can't we go back?
I'm such a fan of Farmageddon. In so many ways, I'm such a fan of Farmageddon.
Yeah.
I mean, the lovely white picket fence you've got along to keep the dogs away from the chickens.
Yeah. Farmageddon. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. And the great thing is we're going to be able to go straight into the reception from there, which is going to be in the French restaurant of La Dec. Which is, there's an opportunity to take photos and a live farm experience. You can have photos.
Are you putting your house on Airbnb as a farm stay?
Yes, I am. Okay, so let's get down to the next part of the wedding planning. All right, so the next part of the wedding planning, we actually need to work out who your celebrant is going to be and your bridal party.
Okay, so does the celebrant need to be legally qualified to marry people?
No, because this is just a practice wedding. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah.
Now, I get the privilege and honor of actually marrying you guys for real on the real wedding. But for the wedding for this show, which might turn into the real wedding, what I do know.
Please no.
Anything's possible. What I do know is this: for the wedding for this show, we've had an idea. Well, I had an idea. Scott had nothing to do with it, but we had an idea that what about if we got people and you guys have got to okay this?
Yeah.
What about if people applied to be your bridal party? So you don't know. It could be any person who's on the show.
Who chooses them?
We'll choose them together. People are going to send in my idea is that people send in like a little audition. A little audition for being a part of your bridal party, a video maybe, or just even write down why they think they would be an incredible part of your bridal party.
Or can they do a practice speech?
Yes.
I'd like a practice speech.
Yeah. Absolutely. Great idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really great idea. And so even then, the other thought was, what about if people applied to be your celebrant? And already, guess what? Look at this.
Fantastic. Will they be singing from him?
Emeka has applied to be your celebrant already.
Yeah.
He's always wanted to be a celebrant. But to give you guys a bit of an idea of what it would look like, all it is a 10-second video. So we've come up with two areas that you could do it in. You've got to do your impression or your idea for how you would say you may now kiss the bride.
Okay.
That part of the wedding. Or you can do, the vows where you say, will you, take this person in sickness or in health, those parts. They can do their own version of that. Now, I'm going to bring in Nick. He's going to give this thing a crack. To try and do the 10 seconds of a wedding celebrant. He can come up with his version of you may kiss the bride or the vows. Here he is, Nick, with his wedding
Couple of quick things before we get into this.
No need. Let's just let it go.
When Nick looked across at us and said, I've got nothing, what he didn't realize was he was holding the microphone to his mouth. So everybody else heard him say, I've got nothing.
Nick. I'm so glad that you're a part of this show.
I actually had a really, really good wedding vow lined up and realised I need to talk to Kim about it beforehand to make the punchline work. But we're going to give it a go anyway, all right?
Okay. So what is Nick currently rehearsing? What's he
Nick's
applying
trying
for?
out to be the celebrant.
Okay.
And I'm going to give a crack at the best man speech.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Scott, Kim, you're here together. Scott, do you take this wonderful... Sorry, no, start with Kim. Kim, do you take this wonderful man to be your husband?
I do.
Does this count if she says I do now, by the way?
No.
Okay, let's just practice. And then I go, and I've muted Scott's mic on purpose here so I can try and get my punchline out without telling you about it beforehand. And then I go, Scott, do you take this wonderful, wonderful woman to be your wife? To which Kim says, he does.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah. And now I'm going to hit the applause button. Applause.
Okay.
That would have been really good.
Our expectation
Fade out the
is
applause.
you just got to do something like that. It doesn't even have to be good. It can just be anything you want there. To give
It
a
was
crack.
not good, that's for sure.
It wasn't that bad. It was all right.
You
Come
guys,
on.
Yeah,
you guys
I
are married
liked it.
now. And
That
look at the
was
comments coming. I think that's a comment.
That's not a comment.
Anyway, carry on. Carry on. We're good. We're good.
All right.
Wow.
Now
That was good, Kim, wasn't it?
I liked it.
Like,
I think it
compared
was
to what
great.
Simeon would probably produce, who would you prefer?
I agree. Oh, yeah.
Thank
definitely
you.
intern Nick.
You agree?
Intern Nick for the win. Yeah.
Charlie gone.
you agree that would be better
go
than
get him?
what I would produce for your actual wedding. You don't think I would put more effort in than that?
Last
You don't
wedding I
think-
saw you at, you ripped your pants from one side to the other and almost didn't make the reception on a Saturday night in Toowoomba while you had to go and find an open shop.
Nothing's going to be open on Saturday night.
I've never seen a pastor in hot shorts before, but you pulled them off well. I'll tell you that much. I'll see myself out.
We got to keep moving.
All right,
many
so that's all you got
questions.
to do. Send in a 10-second video of you doing the marriage
Okay,
rites.
now you do the best man
the best
speech.
man speech. Oh, I wasn't preprepared to do a best man speech. I was just going to
You
say the
suggested
reasons.
it.
No, you suggested the speech. I suggested a blind to be the best man. I was just going to tell you the reasons why I think that I would be.
Oh, I
good
don't care
best
about
man.
that. Nah, do a speech.
Okay, I'm going to do the speech as the maid of honor.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
exciting.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I just want to take a moment to thank all the groomsmen. You look fantastic tonight. Cheers. Let's raise our glasses to the groomsmen. To the groomsmen.
The groomsmen.
Kim, all the stories that we could tell about Kim and the amount of things that she's broken. But hey, Kim, I'm sure you won't break your wedding.
Is she single?
That's it. So that's my matron of honor or maid of honor. I don't know which
Bravo.
one is right, but
That's
that's
good.
it. That's how we.
I like
That's
it.
how it works. It's as simple as that. So
Okay.
we actually have turned into a bachelorette.
Wow.
What if the winner you guys choose gets a rose? And that's how they
What,
know
like
that
The
they've
Bachelor?
won.
What is it, like The Bachelor?
Oh my god.
Okay, so a couple of things. I want to recruit next week. So this week, if you want to be the celebrant, maid of honor, or best man, you need to send us your application. It could be a video. It could be a reason why it should be you. Any one of those three roles. Send them to us this week. Next week, there's a couple of things I want to recruit. First of all, I want to recruit the person who's too embarrassingly keen to catch the bouquet.
Oh, great idea.
Yes.
It's 2020. It could be
Helen.
a guy or a girl.
It'll be Helen.
Great idea.
She's
Number
competitive at
two.
everything.
Yeah.
Number two, I want to recruit a person who during the ceremony runs into Farmageddon and yells out, "I object!"
Okay. Yep.
That's it. That's what we're doing next week.
All right, cool. So that's it. We're getting our wedding ceremony planning underway. I think, and the other thing we'll do next week is we'll choose a menu really quickly.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw a few options out there for
Spicy
you.
snaps.
Meat pies, sausage rolls, loads of really cool, fun food. Because it's a party, right? And we want good party food. So we're going to take on our favorite party foods. That's what we're bringing. So can you come with some ideas for your favorite party foods next week? Cob loaf, great party food.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Cheerios.
Cheerios. Cheerios.
Great
go well.
party food.
Cheerios is good for a
Disgusting.
party.
Oh, man, I hate Cheerios. They're the most...
Bro, they
filthy
hate
food.
you.
It's true.
Okay.
Ask them.
All right, let's wrap up tonight's show. We're going to be back Wednesday night next week.
Yeah.
Remember, Simo's message. It's coming out this Friday. If you have been watching the last couple of weeks, we've had in a park, we've had at a table, and we've had in front of the fireplace. Your guesses open now in the comments where the next location is going to be.
Melbourne. Melbourne. Wow.
I'd really like to see a message done from one of the roller coasters at Movie World after they reopen today. And Sunday.
Kickbacks?
Could you get me into the Channel 10 newsroom? Could I do it from the Channel 10 newsroom?
Yeah, but it's got to be relevant. And if you use the term fake news media, I'll get fired.
It's not fake news.
Joking. And the other thing is church on Sunday. Now that Carindale's back.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, really excited for a whole bunch of our locations that have been able to go back. We're really looking at what the COVID restrictions look like for us. So we're still under our renovations at the church right now. In fact, quite literally today, I was out there on tools ripping out some of the wall.
I'm so glad you're doing it because if Scott did it, he'd rip out the wall and never put a new one back in.
Well, it's funny you say that because I called Simo while he was out there today and he answered the phone and said, all I know is that should never have been knocked down.
But I fixed it. Because that's what I do. I'm a fixer. I fix things. I'm a fixer. I fix
So is church still streaming online?
Yes. Yeah. No, we're not just streaming online. That's not just what we do out in City Point, Ipswich. We meet together in groups and we meet together in people's homes. In fact, it's been absolutely fantastic. If you are not meeting in somebody's home right now, then you are doing yourself a great disservice. Get together with other people, meet in homes, and let's do church together still. So the building is not open yet. We're still, with our COVID restrictions, it may be a little while before we can get open. We can't wait to get people together again, but it is going to be some time before we can get together in one big group. But what we can do is we can keep meeting together in groups. We can keep doing church online.
Is Tiana suggesting we meet in Costco?
I hope.
I'm keen.
I hope not.
It's probably
so
Cheerios
we're meeting
there.
in homes. So when people gather in their homes online,
Yeah.
is it a live service from Carindale? Like
That's it.
Is
Yeah.
that so? That's
so
what's
no.
coming
It's
through.
a streamed service from our Carindale location. There's all the different ways that people can connect in with that, whether it be Facebook or whether it be YouTube or the online platform that we've got there as well. So loads of different ways. But one of the great things has been is seeing people get together for live worship together as well.
100%.
So if you've got someone who's musical, man, do some live worship together. It's been incredible. I know Mecca and I, we've been going around and getting around to all our home groups. We're really excited to be starting a brand new one this Sunday as well out in Ripley. So if you are in one of the areas, if you're in Ipswich, you want to get plugged into a group, message us. We will get you plugged in. We got a message last Saturday morning from someone who's like, hey, I hear there's groups meeting. I'm like, glad you heard it.
Because we've got groups in like Western Brisbane, Springfield, Ripley, Ipswich, Yamanto. There's groups everywhere. So there's one for everyone for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap out of here. Have yourselves a great week. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Or maybe Sunday if you're in one of our groups. Bye, everyone.
See you, bye. See you.
Bye.
Let's go stack the dishwasher neatly, guys.
Oh, no.
Oof.